Well, we're here in Bostwick at the Cotton Gin Festival, and as you can see as you come into town, here's one of the cotton fields, and some of the people are out picking some cotton to take home. As you can see, there are quite a few tractors here for the Bostwick Cotton Parade. Another view of the tractors out here in the field getting ready for the Cotton Gin Parade here in Bostwick. There are also a lot of vendors here with just about anything you can think of, homemade, manufactured, that you can buy here at the Cotton Gin Festival. It's about 40 minutes till the parade starts, and as you can see, the people are beginning to come in, stake out their places where they can sit and enjoy the parade.
Hello from Bostwick, Georgia, and the annual day that everybody comes out and show their tractors. They don't care if they look at anybody else or not, but they want to look at the tractors. My cohort, again this year, Conrad Barnes. And Conrad, good to have you.
Good to be here. It's such a beautiful day. All the people seem to be excited and waiting on the parade.
I believe the crowd grows every year. People still coming in here in droves, and that is something else.
Yes, it is. I noticed that they're all wandering around trying to find a special place so they can watch that parade.
Right, the preliminary events of the introduction, the prayer, the national anthem we played here, and the fact that we will have a tractor parade, and as usual, I hope it's as big or bigger than the ones we've had in the past.
Yes, I tell you, you never know what to expect, but there will be plenty of John Deeres along with some competitive models too. So it's something that we can all enjoy and look forward to.
All right, more John Deere tractors than any other brand, and you're proud of that, right?
I'm proud of that. This event is sponsored by the North Georgia Two-Cylinder Club, and that identifies that it will be a John Deere show.
All right, so it's going to be an exciting day in Bostwick, Georgia, and if you turn out to see it, you'll be glad you did, because you're going to find friends, and you're going to make friends too, don't you think?
Oh, sure. You look at the people, they talking to each other and motoring around, enjoying themselves, and such a beautiful, warm, sunshiny day to enjoy the parade.
And I appreciate this. Every year it seems like it gets colder and colder, but something happened. We are warmer today than usual.
Yes.
It's one of the nicer days that you can have for a tractor parade. And the fact that I noticed in the past couple of years, Conrad, that they do not allow lawnmowers in the parade anymore.
Well, I'm just assuming that they're just a little too much of a distraction, and they don't really fit into the parade of the tractors because they're small. So I'm just assuming that that's the reason we don't see them.
Right, they have the big tractors and the smaller tractors too, like the garden tractors is what we called them years ago, and the fact that the people enjoy different sized tractors, and also we'll probably have the cotton pickers in the parade.
Yes, there will be all types, I'm sure. All models of John Deere go back to the late 20s, 30s, and 40s. There will be some modern ones in here too, with the full cabs and air conditioning. You get a chance to see how they've changed over the years. It's amazing how they've grown. Even since I worked for John Deere, there was no such thing as an air-conditioned cab, and now that's pretty well everything you see.
Conrad, I was down here in Bostwick about a week ago to make arrangements for them to have us a stage put at the television equipment on, and so we could see what was going on. And I noticed that at that time they had the gin was all to pieces. It was scattered everywhere. They were working on the inside of the gin, and the fact that it was all in different pieces. And they have it running, and it's now running too. I'm sure that they just have it shut down at the present time, but we don't hear the hum in the background. Otherwise, when we go through the gin, it's nice and neat in there now. So if you have the opportunity, for you people viewing this event, that if you go through Bostwick, stop and watch them gin some cotton, and they have free gifts they're giving away today.
Yes, I noticed that if you look there back at the people standing around the gin, there's a lot of interest in it. Even though they refurbished it somewhat, people are still walking in and looking at it because it's very unique in order to separate the cotton fiber from the seed, and the gin it does just that.
Well, on the way down here, I mentioned to you guys that there's still a lot of cotton in the field, and it's the 1st of November. So I'm sure that's the reason that the gin was down. They could not gin the cotton, so they left it in the field, and now they'll start picking that cotton that's all the way around. So if you people ride through here, you'll see a lot of cotton still in the field, and you're wondering why, and that is the reason why, is because the gin has been down, and this is the only gin in this area.
That is true, and if you'll also notice, the fields are very white, which indicates that the cotton is ready for picking. And John Deere picker probably will be in the parade. It has in the past, and you can see how cotton is picked year-round by having mechanical harvesting available.
The parade will get underway just in a short time. As of right now, we want to invite you to come down. If you can't make it this year, come next year. You'll enjoy it. And by the way, you can pick up copies of the tractor parade in Monroe, Georgia, next door to Pizza Hut. Creative Artists is a place. Mr. Paul Mullins and the people there invite you to stop by and pick up a copy of the parade. And it's a DVD, really nice.
Yes, it is, and it will have the parade in its entirety. You'll see it from the beginning to the end, and sometimes there will be interviews after with the owners of some of the tractors in the parade, telling how they located it, the refurbishing of it, and why they have it. It's interesting to talk to these people. There's a love for these old tractors, and I'm glad to see that because it's very interesting.
Brings back a lot of memories. So the parade is about to get underway. Hello again, everybody. Berlin Eaton along with the man that knows everything about a John Deere tractor, and Conrad Barnes.
Hey,
and the parade is about to get underway, so we certainly hope that you people, as you view it after it's over, that you will enjoy it on a DVD from Creative Artists in Monroe, Georgia, next door to Pizza Hut. And the parade is coming on.
Yes, we have the noise, so we know it's starting.
Right. Sirens are part of the parade. Sheriff's Department is using an old car.
Take a look at that Bel Air Sheriff's car. That's a 55 Chevy. Boy. It's a good-looking vehicle.
Yes. Morgan County Fire Department, they have some good-looking equipment.
You can hear them coming if nothing else.
Right. If you remember that while the national anthem being played, there was no kneeling. At least we didn't see any, did we?
That's correct.
How many tractors do you figure is coming through?
Oh, I don't know. There'll be 75 or so, because you see one coming now, which is an inline cylinder design. It looks like a 4010. Fire department is about to make it, so that means the tractors are coming.
And the first one is a John Deere. And it's a nice one too.
Well maintained. It's a 4020. That's about a 62 model, I guess.
Sure is running quiet. It's not popping.
63. Very popular and one of the most iconic Deeres that's been made. Inline engine, 4s and 6s. People enjoying the hay ride with the cotton in the hay.
One thing about the tractor parade is different every year.
Absolutely. You never know what you're going to get, but it's all interesting and well worthwhile to see.
I believe there's more people here this year than before. Do you contribute that to the weather?
Yeah, yes, I'm sure the weather has a lot to do with it because it's such a beautiful warm day.
That's my kind of tractor.
It's quiet, isn't it? Farm M, that's a very popular model.
It's a hoss too.
It goes back to the late 50s and 60s.
Right. Braswell Holiness Church.
Boy Scouts. Cub Scouts.
Those little fellas.
Always good to see them out.
Yes, participating in a good program.
It is that.
GMRC Youth of Bostwick, Georgia. Globe Memorial Baptist Church.
There's a good-looking pickup. Chevy model that probably...
Let me straighten that out. It's Gibbs Memorial.
I'm not familiar with each one of the models of the pickups, but it's a good-looking one.
What about that truck?
And a Ford pickup. You remember the I-beam Ford pickups back in the 60s?
Right, yeah, sure do.
That's an enjoyable vehicle. I had one of those at one time. Wasn't that quite that fancy, but when I lived in Pensacola, Florida, head to the beach with those big tires. You could just ride on the beach as much as you wanted to.
Well, that is a slick vehicle.
Thunderbird's changed a little over the years too.
GMC
pickup, been around a long time. You know they're celebrating their 100th anniversary this year.
Really? Yes.
Another pickup. That's an I-beam model.
You got loud mufflers on it too.
Hey, look at the guy driving that one.
Utility vehicle. That is a nice one.
That one is named a mule. I've not seen that one. It's probably something just been introduced because it has doors on it. You notice that?
Yes. Year of Temple. They participate every year in this parade.
Parade wouldn't be complete about a Model A being cut down, and well, that's a pickup.
Convertible too.
A Ford. Boy, he's got that one all fixed up too.
Yes, sir. That's the Dukes of Hazzard right there. Hey. Hey. Give it to me. Y'all interview with the camera, please.
Ah, there's a unique one now. You have to sit if you have to sit if you stand there. You have to sit because the videotape will coming down.
Now what's that? A radio flower wagon? That is a nice one.
Yes, it is.
Another one.
And that's a big one there.
Yes, sir. Nice one. I must be getting old. I like quiet vehicles.
Yeah. I love these old Model A's, how they've been restored and fixed up, and fancy ones.
That's
some
another
with,
slick
some of
vehicle
them with
too.
spare tires on the fender. Yeah. Look how they used to travel with all your trunk space you had in the back. It's all tied on.
Santa Claus.
Gotta have Santa Claus everywhere you look. I love the horses too. It's a magnificent animal.
Rocky Hill Farms, Boswick,
Here comes
Georgia.
your cotton pickers. We were talking about mechanical cotton pickers before. John Deere 499. I've been to the field with those quite often.
Have you?
Work on the spindles and all the.
How much will that basket hold?
Yeah, well, that's about 5 bales. I love the way the old Deere sounds with the twin exhaust and with the gutted example too. I used to own an A model. Boy, that was always a lot of fun. That's an early A model there.
Did you take notice of the drivers?
Yes, sir. Drivers is always good. They let there's one of the another 8, all well restored. Batteries on the underneath the steering wheel. Well, hey there. Tractors have changed a little bit over the years. That one still has a steel wheel. You sound good. North Georgia Two-Cylinder Club, the sponsor of the parade.
Yeah. Another Farm All M, a beautiful tractor.
Pulling the trailer with people that's enjoying themselves, riding and looking at the people.
Alice Chalmers, that's an old tractor.
That was you notice the driver's a little offset.
Yeah.
That was done so that it'd be good for farming of garden.
Right.
You can watch the row and make sure that you didn't plow where you weren't supposed to. Ford's one of the popular models, all 8 ends. Some model of the 8 end, 9 ends, red bellies we call them.
That's a clean looking tractor. That John Deere B.
Hey! He farm all with a gutted muffler. Make it sound a little different. It may be an Oliver, but it's still running.
Ma'am, you'll have to sit down, the camera.
A 50 model that goes back to the late 50s, early mid 50s. International look. Boy, he got that one painted all spruced up. Farm Old was the ag division, and International was another division that made tractors with wide front ends. 8-in Ford. Back when I was a kid,
y'all can't sit there. The camera.
you have to sit if you stay there.
Come on, Martin, you can't sit there.
Yeah, you have to sit if you stay there. Videotape up there.
Some nice looking tractors, and they're sprayed every year.
Farm All B. You notice the operator's offset on that one too. Good garden tractor. Bulldozer blade. Boy, that works well for some of the early farm models. You can refurbish terraces, clear up roads, level.
He must have a dairy.
Out of Montgomery. Oh, listen to that one clucker, would you? 336 cubic inches in 2 cylinders. That's a good sized tractor. Horsepower wasn't that much, but the way it was geared,
Yes.
you could hardly stop it. Tires would turn no matter what. Just move that way a little bit. You can stand up.
I'm just loyal to
Yeah.
an M farm model. That's what we had on the farm when I was growing up. And you're talking about a horse of a tractor. It's a horse of a
Yeah.
tractor. It'd pull anything you put behind it.
Bright shiny green, and that one has a 3-point hitch. That was unusual for A models, and the number on that was 801. 3-point hitch, and it was extra added model. 4440 inside engine, runs about 120-30 horsepower. Big tires,
Hey folks,
has the front and wheel weights. You have to sit.
that John Deere wagon is nice.
That one's running exceptionally well. John Deere B is a little small. That's one of the smallest models of the B model, and that one is already naked on the back. Hey, seat belt on that one, so she can ride in the rear.
It looks as if some of these tractors, the John Deere, they have very little motor to them.
Yeah, it's still a 2-cylinder, but it's that was the most popular of the 2-cylinder models of the littered series. B was by far the most popular. Hear it pop a little bit, but it's all in time. This one's a little unusual. You notice the front tires have a single
This
rib,
one's jacked up.
and it's a high crop model. Not only is it a high crop, but it's also an LP. Very, very unusual.
Driver has to get out and use a parachute to get to the ground. I'm
720 goes to the mid 50s.
I'm just saying that because he's different. It's so high.
Yep, high crop. Cultivating crack the
Ellis
farm
Chalmers.
growth. It's real tall.
Man, you can barely hear that one running.
Oh yeah. He really worked on that one to get it looking that good and painted that.
Kubota. That's
the
a
right
real
color.
popular tractor now. The Kubota is.
Kubota is a very, very popular model. It came along and came out of Japan. Very, every one I've been familiar with has been very reliable. Go back to the mid 70s on the 7320, still an inline engine. That one is probably around, I don't know, 120 horsepower.
The price of tractors have really gone up.
Slightly. Many of these has been refurbished. It's worth more than when they sold for new. John Deere M, excellent tractor for gardening, small work around the farm, pulling trailers, trailers with when you fall in a hay baler. Still a 2-cylinder though.
Yeah. These are 4 cylinders. Ford's not a bad looking tractor either.
That's one of the later models. I don't know what year model that might be. Probably late 70s. Ford sold everything to when they went out of the tractor business, sold everything to the hay people. All of a sudden, I can't quite remember their name.
So Ford sold out? Are you saying?
Yeah, Ford sold everything to New Holland. That's
Did
who
it?
it was. They sold.
Okay.
So the tractors now are not Ford, they're New Holland. Super M was a little more horsepower. I think had a torque converter in some of them. Oh yeah. Old Model GP model. Hey there. Good to see you. Got it running good too. This bee's a little different. A little different from the others. It's a wide front end.
Hey ma'am.
Have to sit if you stay there. I love the sound of that G with those twin, with that straight pipe. A lot of formals this year.
Yes, sir.
They still available. Probably a little less expensive to refurbish. But you're beginning to see a lot of T-shirts and memorabilia now that's promoting the Farm Oil line.
A quiet tractor.
The C-mow there hadn't been painted yet, but I bet you he's using it around the farm also. Wouldn't you think so?
That 80 Ford has been around a long time.
Another red belly Ford. Hey, boy, you talking about a utility tractor that's handy. That is one of them. Here's a very unusual Ford model. Look at that tricycle.
Yeah.
That's unusual. You don't see many tricycles. 4-cylinder. I don't know what. I'm thinking of the horsepower, I guess around 40, 50, in that neighborhood. One of the later model John Deere's, they call it utility models. But it's a good looking and good sounding. Now he's got that one. You can count the revolutions on that one. He's probably in about 4th gear with it idle down that way to keep moving the right speed, but it gives you the sound of that engine.
You could go to sleep with his tractor.
Yeah, that's right.
So quiet. Here's one with a lot of rubber on it.
Yeah, they've been doing some work on the carrying a big implement on the back because you got all those front weights. Dual tires on a model like that is probably a little unusual, but nowadays they even have duals on the front.
Do they? Yes, I remember that.
40 is very popular. 40 is the model that came after the MT. You notice this Ford is a little lower on the back. That's due to the size tires and the way the axle comes out of the transmission. .720 diesel.
When I was coming up on a farm,
Well, yeah, one of John Deere's first diesels. You had to be careful with that one. It would run backwards when you cranked it.
When I was coming up on a farm, we had a dairy next to us, and he had John Deere tractors. He had to change brands because he said that popping it disturbed the cows. They didn't give as much milk from hearing that popping all day.
Set it and forget it. That's what he's done. Got to going forward and engine idle down. That one's with a drawbar. Doesn't have a 3-point hitch. Standard tractor tires. .630, one of the last of the John Deere lettered series. Numbered series. The 630 goes from 58 to 60. '70 came out.
That's an older one.
55, 56, along in there. That one has a pony motor for cranking the diesel. Little gasoline engine. It's on the door on the sides where you gas in it and it starts the engine. Farmall 300. Just has it's equipped with a 3-point.
Well, it seems like when they have
wide front end.
It's harder to turn over if you're in the field.
Well, it's a little safety margin with a wide front end.
Right.
You got 4 points on the ground rather than 3.
There goes a garden tractor.
He's got the plow on it with the scooters. Good garden tractor. That's what it was made for.
Hamby Farm, Jersey, Georgia.
Nothing like a gutted muffler. Now he did a good job putting that Oliver together. You know, they don't have an Oliver model now. It's all part of White and then some of the other manufacturers now.
Stripling's General Store.
Sign on it says a 1950 Model G.
Now, what's all this?
That's a corn snapper. Set up on the Ford with a tricycle front wheels.
Those are
two rows of corn, and it snaps the ears off, runs them up, and puts them in a trailer.
Does it shuck them?
Beg your pardon?
Does it shuck them?
No,
the corn?
No, it just breaks them off. Now this was a little different before the styling came along. It's John Deere butt head, but it's still a 2-cylinder tractor run by Magneto. Mostly a drawbar tractor. Does have a PTO, but he has it. Boy, it has it running exceptionally well. General purpose, all but came along in the early to mid to late 30s. About 39, 40 models, they were all pretty well styled.
That's an old one.
Yep. Runs well. Has a drawbar and a PTO. You notice that it has the word John Deere on the axle castings on the back.
I must say, this is John Deere country.
Yes, it is, and this is an H model here. That's the first one I've seen in the parade is the H. That's smaller than the B model, which you see there.
I'll use one of those a lot of days. Farm all in.
What in the world's that making so much noise? Farmall Cup, oh, that's a later model. Oh yeah, I see it now. one has a 6-cylinder engine in it. Straight pipes, give you an idea just how an engine without a muffler would sound.
What did I say about John Deere?
Kind of roars, doesn't it?
Look at them farmers.
Yeah, 43.
Yeah.
You know, during the war, they let a lot of the tractor manufacturers manufacture a few tractors simply because everybody had to eat. And that was one of the best ways to have a garden, was to have the tractors available for the cultivation of the garden.
They still had to be cranked on gasoline and then change over to fuel.
Well, most of these are gasoline. All the Deeres that we've seen up to this point, except maybe the buttheads, the ones unstyled, might be distillate type fuel. I tell you, I'm like you now. I like the quietness. Massey Harris. That was a Canadian manufacturer that
Massey Harris
came along with some. I'm sorry, not a Canadian, but I think it came out of England.
Now that thing costs some money.
Yeah, International made some big ones too.
Now Harry.
With a 3-point hitch with a quick coupler. Has a lot of front weights.
A turbo farmer.
A lot of diesels, turbo diesels.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful in the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We're just wrapping up our Rivers Alive 2017, and again, I'm just astounded by all the participation we had, and it's been great. I want to thank everybody that was a part of it. We got our reporting done and turned in. We ended up collecting just over 2,000 pounds of trash and litter off the sides of the roads in the waterways and areas adjacent to the waterways. Once again, for as long as I've been here, our most commonly found littered item was cigarette butts by quite a large amount, and then right behind it was plastic bottles and glass. The glass is kind of a new one to us. I don't know if it has anything to do with glass becoming a little harder to recycle, but I did think it opened up an opportunity for me to remind everyone that glass does not have to be thrown away. It certainly doesn't need to be littered, but it doesn't even have to be thrown away. It can be brought to any of our convenience sites, as well as the main facility down here on Leroy Anderson Road. Bring your glass bottles and jars. Don't throw those away. We can use them here. So that's kind of what went on with Rivers Alive. We had close to 300 volunteers again this year. That came from scout groups, school groups and clubs, and other civic organizations. So we're thankful to all of our volunteers. Thank you so much. It really does make a difference. And the over 2,000 pounds we got this year is the most we've had in 3 or 4 years. So it was quite a bit of trash that was picked up. Tires was another thing we had a lot of this year. We don't normally get a lot of tires turned in, and we had close to 40 tires that were picked up this year by the different groups. So, tires is also something else that we see quite a bit throughout the year. We get calls from people about people dropping off tires on the roads near their homes and all of that. Just to remind everybody, we also accept tires here. There is a fee for tires because there's a fee to have the tires recycled. We get $2 a piece on regular car tires, and it can go up to like $6 a piece for the larger size. Basically like your 18-wheeler trucks and stuff like that would be $6. But most basic car and truck tires would be $2 a piece. So don't throw those out. Those really are an eyesore. They don't decompose. They're never going to go away, and they cause a lot of issues once they get into the ground. So bring those on in. Again, that's kind of what we've been doing here, is wrapping up Rivers Alive. I've already thanked everyone, and I'm going to thank them again. If you're interested in it next year, we always do it in the month of October. We would love to add some new volunteers. Feel free to give us a call. We'll get you on our email list for the Rivers Alive event, and we'll get you all the information you need. It really is a wonderful project, and we can give you more information about that if you are interested. Coming up on November the 11th, I wanted to remind everyone, that's a Saturday, November the 11th, is when we'll be celebrating America Recycles Day here at the Recycling Center. We'll be doing our paint collection and flag collection. This will be, I think, the 4th year in a row we've done the paint collection, and it seems to be a big hit with all of our citizens. So we're gonna continue to do that for as long as we're continuing to get the amounts of paint we've gotten every year. Again, it's $1 a gallon for latex paint, $2 a gallon for your oil-based paints, and presently that's going to be a 10-gallon minimum or maximum amount that we'll take for each car. As the day goes along and we get here on that Saturday, if we get a little leeway on the amount of paint we're getting in, that may give us the opportunity to accept a few more if you've got those at that price. But right now, anything over 10 gallons would be at regular price, which is $2 a gallon for latex, $4 for oil-based. So the first 10 gallons, we're giving it half price, and anything over that, it would be at full price. We'll also be doing the flag collection again. We'll have the flag box out here. We were really surprised at how much participation we got with it when we did it for the first time back in June, and we got upwards of around 60 flags. So we're going to try that one again and try to get the word out that we do have that box here now, and we can tell you about some other locations. They have flag boxes out now, and you can make sure that those old tattered flags of yours are properly taken care of. Those will be used by our scouts at flag ceremonies, and they will make sure those are properly handled. So like I always do, and I always will do, if you've never been out here to see what we're doing, come on out and see us. Give us a call, 770-267-1421. Be happy to answer any questions, to get you started recycling, to give you some ideas on what you can do to help, give you some volunteer opportunities, anything like that. So just give us a call or come on out and see us. If you have any questions about our upcoming America Recycles Day event, please give us a call. We'll answer any questions you have, and we look forward to seeing you here.
Our big thing that we have going on from now through December 23rd is our Christmas Gallery of Gifts. So the entire gallery is set up with hundreds and hundreds of really fabulous gifts, all made by our local artist members here in Monroe, Walton County, and a few from surrounding counties, but mostly made right here by artists in Walton County. So come on out. We'll be open on Thursdays late for candlelight shopping till 8 p.m. We'll have our regular hours. We're open Tuesday through Saturday. So come on out and see us. We have classes still going on. We have weekly classes for adults and children. We have classes on Saturdays. We've got some Friday afternoon classes. So just come on out, check us out, see all the wonderful gifts that we have. We have our local, produced by Emily Gray. She's a Loganville High School student, and she drew the historic courthouse for us. We have those on really beautiful porcelain ornaments with her name on the back and her drawing on the front. It's just gorgeous. Be a terrific gift for anybody. Our number here is 770-207-8937. Our webpage is MonroeWaltonArts.org. Come by and say hi. See you soon.
Hello Walton County, this is Kevin Little with the Chairman's Report on Walton Entertainment. Today I'm here to introduce you to our new Public Information Officer and Webmaster for Walton County. Her name is Diane Baggett, and I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about herself and where she comes from here to Walton County.
I'm Diane Baggett, and I'm excited to be here in Walton County. I'm going to be working to promote and publicize the various county's activities and events and get the word out about all the exciting things that are happening in Walton County. I'm also going to be working on revamping the county's website to make it easier for citizens to access the information they need, as well as increasing the county's presence on social media so that citizens can connect and stay informed through a variety of different platforms.
Thank you, Diane. That's a very good introduction. We're excited to have her in Walton County here to let you, the citizen, know more about what's going on in the government. We're also going to start probably early next year doing some series of events with the tax commissioner, tax assessors, letting you know a little bit about how the process works to try to make you better understand that. And I will also be bringing you some features about Hard Labor Creek and 911 Center and just different organizations and things that go on within Walton County government that you, the citizen, needs to know or need to have a little better understanding from. And Diane, you worked at Fulton County for a good number of years. You want to just tell us a little bit about your background and what you've done in the communications field?
Sure. I was a public affairs officer in the Department of Communications with Fulton County government, where I worked extensively with the media and the community. And before that, I worked as the Director of Research and Assessment at the Day Foundation in Memphis and the Children's Foundation, which worked to increase children's access to the arts and education.
So see, Walton County, we've got us a jewel here in Diane, and we're excited to have her on board. And we hope that going in this direction, we'll be able to get and communicate no matter what your avenue of how you listen for your county information, or you read it in the paper or watch here on Channel 16, or ever how you do that. We hope that you will be able to get all the accurate information from the county itself. If you have any questions or concerns, you can give me a call at 770-267-1316. But I look forward to talking to you next time. Thank you.
Hi, this is Jody Johnson. I'm here with the Recreation Report, and today we have Kenny Freeman, one of our coordinators in the Central Walton office in Monroe. He's located over at Felker Park. If you play youth sports here in the Monroe area, of course, you do know Kenny, and does a good job for us with all of our sports. We want to talk specifically about the 14th Annual Community Bowl. We just finished our football season. I know you're gearing up towards our All-Star tournaments, but tell us about how the Community Bowl went, and it's become a pretty good event now for now 14 years.
It is. It really have. This year we had a good turnout, and it always been a good turnout for the last 4 or 5 years. This year we have a split. Usually Central would take the championship. This year we Central took 2 of the championship, and West Walton took 2. So it was great. It turned out really good. Yeah.
That's what the Community Bowl is then this year we allowed all of our football teams to participate. Normally we would go ahead and cut it off somewhere around 4 to 5 teams, 6 teams at the most go to the Community Bowl. This year we allowed all the teams in the county to participate. It took a little longer to play the championships. So you have teams from Central Walton, South Walton, and West Walton in the Loganville area competing against each other, and then we have our championship games.
That's correct.
Usually gears towards one team from one area versus another area for the county championship. And what he's referring to is that 2 teams in Central Walton won, the 5 and 6 and the 7 8-year-olds.
That's correct.
And won the championship here in the Central Walton area. And then the 9 and 10 and 11 and 12-year-old age groups, West Walton won the Community Bowl champion. And we have a trophy that we keep up. We add the coach's name and the team name on the bottom of it and the year they won it. And then the agency, or the not the agency, because we're all under Walton County, but the office in which they're located gets to keep that trophy in their particular area for the year. So it's kind of bragging rights through our coordinators of who gets the Community Bowl trophy. So we look forward to the 15th annual Community Bowl next year. We'll probably add something to it since it's our 15th year doing that. So we look forward to it, and hopefully our all-star teams will do real well in representing Walton County.
I think we will. I think we will. Yeah.
Well, when we turn to our football season ending, of course, we've started our basketball season. We've had our evaluations and drafts. Tell us how basketball season is going, Kenny.
Basketball season is off to a good start. We had a little problem running in with one of our gyms. Didn't delay anything. We still off to a good start. This year we have more teams that we've been had in the last couple of years. So off to a good start. Off to a real good start. I think Central, was like 40-some team, and I think West Walton, with like 60 or 70 teams this year, and South, with probably about 10 or 15 teams. So the growth there is definitely growing. So we're off to a good start, and I think we'll have a pretty good season this year as well.
Yeah, speaking of the gym, the Nowell Front Gym, which has been there for a long time. If you're in your 40s and probably even your 50s, you played basketball in that gym. Somewhere probably in the early 80s, I'm not sure exact date, but they put down a wood floor, which I have part of it in my hand as I took a little part of the gym because I wanted to keep it. But the gym ended up having a water leak and destroyed the floor, so we had to take it all up, and we're putting a version of Sport Court down, so we look forward to that. Around Thanksgiving, we'll have a brand new floor surface down in the Nowell gym to continue our basketball season, so we look forward to that as well. Speaking of, we've started our basketball season. Now we'll switch to our spring sports, which is our largest of the year. Our spring sports registration will be coming up in January. So look in your folders, from your kids' folders, your Wednesday folders, I think is what they bring home.
Yes.
So our registrations for track, spring baseball and softball, soccer, all of that will be coming up in January. So look forward to our spring sports registrations. We only do 3 registrations a year, and this will be one of them in January for the spring sports. So I appreciate you coming in, talking about our football, of course our basketball, and then now our spring sports. So we're really moving forward with all of our seasons right now. It's all kind of culminating together as we set the schedule for what we will have in the future. We'd still invite you up to the community centers. The weather's turning a little colder. It's not as convenient to go outside and exercise, so we invite you to come to one of our community centers, come to one of our senior programs, come to one of our aerobics or exercise programs. Go online at waltoncountyga.gov. It's the best place to see what kind of programs we have to offer. But it's a great place to come exercise, good, clean family environment. So we invite you to come by Felker Park on South Madison Avenue for a tour or just to see what programs we have. So again, thanks Kenny for joining me today, and until next time, remember, sportsmanship starts at home.
Hello everybody, my name is Joel Burnsett and I'm the Walton County Extension Agent for Walton County and the University of Georgia. I come to you today and I'll have a short advertisement for our upcoming Master Gardener class. It's coming up for the 2018 year. Classes will be held from January up until the end of March on Tuesdays and Thursdays at Walton EMC Auditorium from 9 to 11 a.m. 11:30 a.m. These classes are very fun, very informative. If you're interested in gardening, if it's a passion of yours, I would highly suggest you to become involved. You can know a little bit about gardening, you can know nothing about gardening, or you can know a whole lot about gardening and be a part of this class. We have a great group of master gardeners here, and we would love to add you to our group. If you're interested, the deadline is coming up, which is December 1st. So I suggest giving our office a call or stopping by the office to get more information. You can call our office at 770-267-1324. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks a lot for tuning in. As always, we're going to show you some of the dogs and cats that are here at Walton County Animal Control. You know, we're finally winding up another year. It's kind of hard to believe, but 2017 will soon be in the books, and we're nearing that Thanksgiving time. And I just want to take a quick moment to say thanks to all the people that have supported the shelter over the last 11 months. You know, a lot of great rescues, not only here in Walton, but around Atlanta, even out of state, have come around to pick up dogs from us and give those dogs new homes. This year we even had a rescue from Canada, so some of our first international rescues. And so really thankful for all the people that come forward, rescue the animals, the people that send out emails about our shelter. Just really grateful for all the help that we received. Also the citizens that come by, the citizens of Walton County, and have brought us donations of dog food, cat food, and especially cat litter. It seems like cat litter is something we could always use. We can stockpile it because it doesn't go bad. So maybe you want to make a donation to the shelter. You can bring some cat litter by, not the scoopable kind, just the regular cheap cat litter is what works best for us. But just thankful for all the people that have supported the shelter, supported Walton County and our staff. Really want to give a word of thanks. Maybe you're thankful for something in your life. Well, you can turn that around, pay it forward, and bring a donation to the shelter of the cat litter, dog food, paper towels, maybe old towels, blankets, washcloths, things like that. We could always use them here at the shelter. So just another great year wrapping up in the books. Been able to keep that euthanasia rate much lower than we used to because of all the support that we received from everybody in Walton County, throughout Georgia, and now internationally, people that have helped out the shelter. So happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for watching. Now we'll show you some of the dogs in need of homes here.
Hey everybody, look at this handsome little puppy right here. Boy dog, about 6 months old. He's glad to be outside, but he's got a pretty pattern right here. Nice little mask on his face. It makes someone a real good playmate. Thanks. Come on, let's go, boy. And we got us a nice white with black American Bulldog. Boy, glad to be out in the sunshine too, looking for a good home. Come on, boy, let's go.
This is Roscoe. He was found on Mount Carmel Road, and he's 3 years old. He is a lab mix, and he'll be ready to go Saturday.
Do you have a collection of films and videotape sitting in your attic, basement, hall closet, or a box somewhere that are being lost to time? Creative Artists can transfer your 8mm, Super 8mm, and 16mm films, as well as converting your VHS, CVHS, 8mm, and mini DV to DVD. Preserve your family's video history for the generations to come. Creative Artists, 1113 West Spring Street, Monroe, 770-267-7368.
To my body is dust, to my soul is no more. I will love you, love you. Till the sun starts to cry and the moon turns to
What's the worst that can happen?